Hey there, everybody. This is Rose Bruce with the Budding Intuitive. Thank you for being here. Please like, subscribe, share if you like the content from today. Also, comment if you want to be entered into a drawing to win a free reading with me. I'm giving away 2 in Virgo season, so by the end of Virgo season, I'll have drawn 2 more winners. I drew 2 for the Leo season. That announcement is up in my feed. If you think you may have won that, go take a look at that video. I think I posted it, I think it was last Friday. Today is what? Today is the 25th, I believe, of August. So this is a pick a card, an intuitive pick a card. Try not to spend a lot of time choosing the card, or choosing the pile, excuse me. Maybe just take a moment, close your eyes, pause the video, take a few deep breaths. When you open your eyes, wherever your eye is drawn first, that's where you want to go. Pick that one. You just use that deep knowing to pick the pile. If you spend a lot of time ruminating about it, you're probably going to end up with the wrong pile. So if you end up picking a pile that doesn't resonate from the get-go, then just try again with the other 3 piles, okay? All right, so let's get going. This is Amber from Peru. So that's pile number 1, right? This is pile number 2 right here. This is my rose quartz, one of my favorites. I didn't show you let me show you the amber though. Should have showed you the closer. Big hunk of beautiful amber. I love this. I got this in Peru. It is one of my favorites. So here again is the rose quartz. Sorry, I'm all out of whack here in the order, but I do love this quartz. Selenite. Right. And then smoky quartz. Wonderful. I don't know what that geometric shape is. I'll have to look that up. But I just love this. I'm trying to get the light through it. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? God, I love this stone. It actually came out of a necklace. A friend gave me a necklace from like a secondhand shop. She said, I knew you'd like the crystal. I didn't like it as a necklace, but I loved it as a crystal. So cool. I know. Spending too much time there. All right. So if you picked pile 1, let me write down our timestamp here, 2:40. I'm going to get going with pile number 1 here. Let me move these over to the side. I need to give us plenty of room. All right. Pile number 1. So the question here is, right? The question is, what is holding you back, blocking you from your spiritual journey? What's keeping you from your purpose, your mission, your destined path on this spiritual journey that we're on? I think I've got maybe 5 or 6 decks here. I want to start with the archetype cards, though. With the archetype cards, my intention was to focus on the shadow aspect of these cards to see what shadow side might be affecting your path here. So we've got. I hope you can't hear my kitty crying in the background. Lucy definitely wants to be on this table today. She always wants to be here when I read. So the shadow attributes showing up here are in the Destroyer and the Child Divine. So the shadow is intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. Ooh, that doesn't sound very nice, does it? So right off the bat, if that is something that absolutely doesn't resonate with you, let's look at the light attribute. Releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for new life. So are you teeter-tottering somewhere in the middle here? And so it's interesting because what this reading is about is exactly what this light attribute says. Releasing what is potentially destructive, what is potentially blocking you for your new life. Isn't that interesting how that came out? Nice. I love when that happens. I love it. So the other card is the Child divine. The shadow attribute is an inability to defend oneself against negative forces. The light attributes are innocence, purity, and redemption, suggest a special connection with the divine. So, as a pair, I feel as though, because we're definitely a light worker, right? We know that with light workers are all connected to the divine, but maybe taking on too much, or let's put it this way, the inability to fend off vampiric type energy where people are taking too much and you're giving too much and it's depleting you. And you may have and I think all empaths, I think, have that. We have to protect ourselves. So there's a need to protect your light, because the dark comes after your light. And all of a sudden the incense is blowing right in my face. So I think there's a really and it's swirling around the cards. I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, it's like, yeah, that's true. So we as empaths, we kind of struggle sometimes if we don't protect ourselves properly. And it's really about a feeling and a visualization and a connection with earth and sky, connection with Father Sky and Mother Earth, Sacred Mother. It's about creating your own, what would you want to call it? Like your own spell, your own protection. I call it divine shield of protection. Every time I sit down to do a reading, I create a divine shield of protection for me, for the reading itself, and for the people who are drawn to the reading itself. So now I'm starting to feel what's happening here, what the message is. There are people coming in, I think you're feeling attacked possibly. You're not really sure how to protect yourself. Someone is trying to destroy, and destroy is a strong word. Maybe someone is trying to manipulate or, what is the word? Block you somehow from moving into your divine light and to serving others, becoming the light worker that you truly are. Yeah, this is exactly what this feels like. You're having so if you would like to hear my version of protection, and it's as simple as that. It's a sitting in it, feeling in it, believing in it, having faith that your God, not your God, sorry, I didn't mean to say your God, your higher source of wisdom will protect you when you ask for it. So every reading, every time I meditate, if I channel, I have to double protect myself because channeling to me really opens me up wide for these destructive energies. There are destructive energies in the river of energy that we're tapping into as tarot readers. There are negative energies. There are negative attachments and entities that do want to attach to our light. They're drawn to our light. And I would tell you a story, but it'll take too long. But I had a negative attachment not long ago to me, and not only to me, but to the home I lived in, and it was a succubus. It sucked my energy until I was so depressed and so low, I had to move out of that house. It was part of the reason I moved. Not all of it, but there was a lot going on in that home that I lived in, and and I'll just give you a little bit. I moved into a home where someone had committed suicide, and I was just learning how to channel then. And I was very naive in the way I protected myself. And don't let that protecting myself scare you. Because again, it is not hard to protect yourself. It's not. There's a few, there's some tools you can use, there's some imagery you can use, you can say it to yourself out loud and internally. You can get holy water if you want. That's also helpful. So there are different ways. There are different ways to cleanse yourself and clear your space and your energy. There's sage, there's incense, there's candlelight, there are gemstones. I'm going off on a tangent here, but I think that's what this pile is about. You need to protect yourself. I even have a book on protection spells, like white witchery, right? White witch magic. And it's just like this. You get a bowl of water and you get some salt and you get a stick. I mean, and it's a candle and it's very from the earth. Like the shamans, they look to Mother Gaia, Father Sky or Grandfather Sky. They're very connected to all shamans, right? It's about the earth. It's about tapping into the elements for protection. So there are so many ways. So I can offer you some help with that if you need it. Please just comment below and I'll give you some information that you can look into. All right, so first pile. We have got someone who may be having trouble, or someone's protecting themselves while moving into the 5D. Yeah, I mean, even in our dream state, we can be vulnerable. We can be vulnerable in our dream state because I can tell when I wake up from a dream and it's kind of, it's not a nightmare. I'm not going to call it a nightmare, but I feel as though there's some type of negative energy trying to come into the dream. And I always wake up feeling ick. And I will immediately just say a quick protection prayer. Sacred Mother, Divine Father, I appreciate your connecting me, protecting me, and grounding me, and shielding me from any negative entities. I visualize that protective energy around me, and I put mirrors on that protective shield, and it mirrors away all the negativity. Anything that wants to come in will be rejected, dispelled, dejected away from you and back to its origin. Okay? So within that bubble, within that protective shield, which is a bubble of protection, it is safe for you in that bubble. So you must need to hear this because I'm really going off on a tangent about it. So please let me know if that resonates. If you're having difficulties or situations where you may, and I really didn't want to get into talking about the dark, but with that Destroyer card showing up, I feel like it needs to be said, we light workers are a beacon for the dark side, because it's always a battle, right? What is all the mythology about but the battle of light and dark? We're like we're the flame and they're the moth, right? So there is a need to be careful. There is, and I've got several stories that would illustrate the reason you would need to protect, especially if you are channeling, if you are doing Reiki healing, if you are connecting to somebody's energy field and you're connecting with the higher source, that river of energy, it's free flowing, right? There's a free flowing river of energy. So it's all there. All right, I'm going to stop now. Go the distance. It's showing up here for you. So go the distance and imagine 11 card and 20 card. So we're talking here, the question, the original theme of this reading is, what is blocking you? So this to me, this is always a message of don't quit before you get to the finish line kind of message. It's an 11 card in numerology because 4 plus 7 is 11, I hope. 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah, it's 11. My math is god-awful. But you're in the desert, right, in this card. So again, there's a theme here of protection, because in the desert, in the daytime, when it's hot as Hades, right? there's need for protection. There's a need to go under the ground to look for protection from the sun, a need to look for water deep in the earth. So yeah, they're just encouraging. Spirit is encouraging you to don't stop. So whatever it is that's kind of keeping you stuck here, whatever forces, this may not even be 5D. This may not be like energy, dark energy from the other side. It may be some dark energy in your life. Some person or some situation is trying to keep you from moving into your full light. And if you probably know what it is already, or maybe you don't, but if it's somebody or some situation, if it's some type of codependent or narcissistic relationship, you probably already know that. Because what are dark negative forces but people who are trying to keep you down, right? People trying to keep you down. And there are people who want to keep you down for their own benefit, for their own agenda. And even if it seems naive, or even if it seems, naive is not the word, even if it seems innocent, it's not. Even if they play dumb, it's not. They're not. They're saying keep dreaming, keep imagining this light, this life, and pay attention to your dreams. Keep manifesting what it is you want to do here, because the world needs light workers now more than ever. More than ever. Keep going. Don't stop before you get to the finish line. All right, let me see what we got here. So I don't want to go there next. I want to go here next. I want to go to the Coyote, which I might read. That's a 3 card. The Magic card is a 2 card. Let's see. Let's see what the Coyote in reverse has to say for you. I have a feeling it might have something to do with this destroyer over here. Okay, let's see. Number 12. So it's a short passage, so it won't take very long. The medicine for the Coyote in reverse. Are you being seduced by what you think you desire? Could it be that more superficial, sparkly, shiny aspects of your ambition led you in this moment? Perhaps you feel that in order to get what you desire, you have to compromise yourself, control others, or manipulate situations to ensure your goal is met. Oh, this is interesting. Because this message ties in with this shadow message big time. Intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. Now, this is a secondary story. Is this you? Please don't shoot the messenger, right? Because you could be stepping in your own way. Right? It could be you stepping in your own way to get into the light. So let me reread this. Perhaps you feel that in order to get what you desire, you have to compromise yourself, control others, or manipulate situations to ensure your goal. So maybe if this isn't you, this card is just repeating, it's clarifying this dark energy, whether it's a person, a situation, or some entity that's in the flow of the energy that we work with. Perhaps you feel that in order to get what you desire, you have to compromise yourself, control others, manipulate situations to ensure your goal is met. Coyote howls in the shadows to remind you that this may be a lesson too painful to learn. Beware the shallow waters right now. Something or someone might pretend to be deep, but that doesn't make them so. I'm feeling like this is somebody else. I feel like this is something else, not you. I think this is you. This feels really dark and heavy. This feels like you moving into the light. This is someone trying to manipulate you. And it may be a codependent relationship because you might be compromising yourself for this situation in some way. Beware the shallow waters right now. Something or someone might pretend to be deep, but that doesn't make them so. No matter how seductive their superficial traits and how beautiful or sparkly they appear, all that glitters there will not turn up gold, no matter how many wishes you make to change that. Okay, so now this is starting to sound like somebody So please let me know in the comments. I had no idea that we'd head in that direction, but we are. So let me go with this next, number 10 card. Fire. Fire is showing up. Dragon strength. So they're so when the strength card shows up, this is also a 10, right? Meaning new cycle, new beginning. You are moving in to a new cycle here. They're wanting you to tap into your strength. So you may be feeling a little bit disempowered, a little weak in the presence of this situation or person over here. So they're wanting you to, I believe, if this is something or somebody else, they're asking you to tap into your strength. Tap into your strength and to protect yourself for sure. Fire, that's the triangular. Spirit, got mind, body, spirit. Connecting with spirit to protect yourself. You know what, I want to look up something real quick. Bear with me. I want to see if there's a message of protection in this, because this is a long passage and I will not read it. It says, one of the most powerful allies in this deck, the Metatron Fire Dragon, roars into your life, giving you strength, courage, and fortification. It's here to burn away and transmute any lower energies that have been around you. Okay, I knew it. I knew there's going to be something. Toxic people, neediness, negativity, fear, and anger. You are reminded that as a light worker, there is a need to protect and purify your energy at all times. Okay, this is repeating, this card, repeating my message from earlier. So we know we're on track here. Okay, reread this, Rose. I keep getting sidetracked. There is a need to protect and purify your energy at all times so that you don't become depleted or susceptible to darker energies that may see your light and try to bring you down. Why am I laughing? Because isn't that what we were just talking about, right? I love it when the cards confirm it all. And I didn't pre-look at these cards. I usually do, just to kind of get a feel for the readings. But today I said, nope, let's just read. So we are, and it couldn't be any more perfect. So let's see. Perception is showing up here. This is a green. So these are my chakra cards. It's the Wisdom Oracle Guidebook for chakras. So this is a perception around the heart chakra. Let me, God, if I could, you know what, if I had a photographic memory, it would be so nice. I'm trying to manifest that. If you know how to do that, let me know. Let's see things differently. So this is about, this is kind of like that hangman feeling, getting a different perspective. There's a need to open your heart. If you've been closed off here in any way, maybe due to this situation or person over here, so there may be some heartbreak here. There may be a little heartbreak. Again, once you gain this perception, once you hang yourself, once you have an epiphany like this, there's no going back, right? It's once you have an epiphany that this is what was dragging you down and you weren't really sure. Yeah, that's profound, y'all. Oh, I better wrap this up. Here we go. I pulled one limiting belief card, and you got, where can I ask for more help in my life? Until we can receive with an open heart, just confirming that card right there, we're never really giving with an open heart. When we attach judgment to receiving help, we knowingly or unknowingly attach judgment to giving help. Brene Brown. So classic, right? Empaths have sometimes in the beginning have a hard time receiving, right? But there needs to be an equal give and take. And there is no equal give and take, especially if this was a codependent type relationship over here or an empath and narcissist. No equal give and take, it'll deplete you. to you're on the ground curled up in a ball. Today, ask someone for help and receive it with an open heart. It's exactly what these two cards were saying as well. So today's mantra is, I ask for what I want and I'm open to receiving it. So let me know if that resonates with you, pile number 1. That was a profound reading, and I'm excited to hear from you, okay? If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. Hey, pile number 2, my rose quartz peoples out there. Put that up there. So I pulled from like 5 or 6 different decks, and I'm beginning your reading. I have not looked at these yet. Number 1's had a really profound reading about what's holding them back. So I'm looking forward to your reading to see what comes out. Excuse me, I gotta wipe these glasses because I can't see. So let's start with your archetype cards. Why I'm starting with the archetypes is because my intention when I pulled them was to look at the shadow side, because it's usually the shadow that keeps you from moving forward on your spiritual path. So let's see what you got here. You got the Father and the Messiah. Ooh, interesting, right? Zoom out a little so you can see. All right, so the shadow attributes of Father. And remember, you don't have to be a man to be a father. You could be a father figure. You could be someone who is, you're a guiding light for a group of people, or you're a guru, or you're a messiah. It's interesting that messiah came up. And messiah, take that with a grain of salt. We'll talk more about that. Excuse me. Shadow attributes of Father: dictatorial control, abuse of authority. Now here's what's interesting about the first card in the first pile. The first card, the archetype card, turned out to be somebody else in the reading. So I'm going to stay cognizant of whether that's going to happen again. This may be another entity or situation in your life that's affecting your light. I'm starting to feel it already is. Okay, it already is. So some father figure in your life who has possibly been abusive, and abuse is many forms: verbal, physical, mental, spiritual, dictatorial, so very stringent. I mean, this could even have been, it could have been like a group leader of some kind as a child growing up, right? Because it's father-child. Look, there's a child in this. So this may have been childhood wounding of some kind. Someone controlling, and it could still be going on in your life. So the Messiah card is light attribute is serving humanity and humility, and you're a light worker. That's why you're watching this reading. The shadow attribute is exaggerated belief that you're the only means through which a cause can succeed. I actually feel like you're in your light attribute, and whoever this is in their shadow. So whatever person or situation this is in their shadow. You want to serve humanity with humility. Second story coming through. So if that story doesn't resonate, the second story coming through is that this person is both of these cards. This is a person or situation that might be holding you back, that they believe like they're a tyrant almost. They're a fanatic of some kind. Third story, you're the fanatic. You're the one who believes that only what you say goes. You're right, everybody else is wrong. Or this other person is saying, I'm right, you're wrong. No, there's no middle road, right? So you'll know who you are and who this is. If this pile is for you, you're going to know, right? You're going to know who's who in the situation. And maybe as we pull more, as we look at the rest of the cards, that'll get clearer for us. Interesting messages coming through. Wow. All right, so next I went to Colette Baron Reid for her. We get for you All That Glitters And how do we end that sentence? All that glitters is not gold, right? It's a number 7 card in numerology. 7s are very spiritual cards. People wearing, so we wear masks. So whoever this, I don't know who this father figure is in your life. And remember, it's more of like a father, messiah, kind of like someone who seems like you really look up to them maybe, and you really want maybe you want their approval in some way. And it's not, doesn't have to be a father. It could be just someone who feels like a father, someone who, I think you know what I mean. I think you know. If you don't, comment below. Let me know if that resonates. All that glitters is not gold. A leg up, letting people help you. That's a 7. These are both 7 cards. Spirit is sending you a message here. One message is that whoever this is, whatever situation this is, it could be person, could be situation, could be friend, family, foe, could be spouse, lover, children. All that glitters is not gold. Now, okay, I'm saying children, but maybe I'll back up on that, because this is a father figure. This is someone who feels like an authority. This is someone who feels like an authority. So watch what you say, Rose. So it's not, I don't think it's a child per se, but I think there might be children involved here. So this is personing what they're cracked up to be, and they're asking you to ask for help from friends, from trusted friends and family. Because this sounds like there might be some real abuse involved. And I hope that's not the case. I hope that's not the case. But it could be true. And if you pick this pile and it resonates, I'm sorry that you're being abused, but they're asking you to help, to ask for help for sure. The ancient ones is showing up here. I want to read this because these passages are very short and they're very profound. So they say it more profoundly than I can say it. In the reverse, so this is it in the upright, okay? The ancient ones are from the spiritual realm, right? The medicine for this card, the ancient ones, it's a number 1 card, so a new beginning here. The ancient ones beseech you to examine your attitudes and actions and be sure that they are of the highest integrity. Not forgiving an ancestor or yourself is keeping you from the freedom you seek. So could this be someone you're trying to forgive right here? Remember, this is no longer your karma. You can break the chains that once bound you to the family drama and be free of your generational curses. Forgive the ones you need to release. Honor your biological ancestors by lighting a candle to them tonight. Well, I'm putting it here with these 2 cards because it sounds like this is some father figure, I don't want to say that. I want to say some authority figure that really tried to crush your light. And they want you to ask for help and they want you to forgive. Because if you don't already know, not forgiving yourself first and foremost, and then others, is keeping you chained to this drama, to this abuse, to whatever this was, and they want you to move forward. It seems like you may really love this situation, person, whatever this is, but you've been abused by it in some way, right? Whatever that means to you. Abuse shows up in many different ways. Oh gosh, that's heavy. I'm sorry for that if that's the case. And then, my friend, you get the blue. Blue is about the throat chakra. So can you see that? It's a 29 card. It's an 11 in numerology. 11 is a master number. It's a sign. Maybe you're seeing the 11s. Maybe you're seeing 1111. Maybe you're seeing 22s and 33s. It's a master number. It's a sign for you to wake up. Here's your star above your head, one of your chakras. This is the Mother Mary. This is Madonna and mothering. She has her hands upright because she is always receiving wisdom from her higher spirit. This is you. And also, this is you receiving right now. That's what this is. This is you receiving this information right now and getting some clarity. There's a need to nurture yourself first and foremost, heal and forgive from whatever this was. There's a need to speak your truth with clarity, but first tapping into your intuition. Oh, that's very interesting, because we got this father, this heavy masculine energy here, and now we've got, I believe this is you. Now, if this isn't you, the only thing I can say is if your mother has passed, that it's your mother coming in and wanting to give you some love and guidance, asking you to get some help, okay? Asking you to get some help. That's a different story, so it may not resonate with everybody, but it's a profound one, right? It could be mom coming in, but it could be you needing to mother yourself, nurture yourself, tap into your light worker. That's why you're watching this reading. So, yeah. Source is here, or spirit is here, maybe your mom is here, or a mother figure is here. Maybe there's another ancestor, female ancestor that was like a mother to you, or a female that was like a family member to you that was mothering to you, showing up in the reading. Could even be the higher self of a mother figure. So if a mother figure hasn't passed on, maybe you haven't been speaking. Maybe you haven't been, here's another scenario floating up for me. Another story that's coming up is that maybe this person hasn't passed, but their higher self, and you're not speaking, and their higher self is trying to reach out to you right now. And then maybe somebody you want to connect with and forgive in some way. For whatever reason, you're not speaking. Passion is showing up. I'm going to get the book out for this one. This is my chakra deck. So orange is around your sacral chakra. So let me see what kind of wisdom we can get from this particular card for you. Sacral chakra is around your creativity and action, motivation, optimism, and let's see. I'm trying to find the right page here. Passion? Passion, where are you? Oh, sorry, right in front of my eyes. This card indicates creative focus and an ability to ignite the passion necessary to manifest what you desire. The power of amber is that focused emotion can create anything, for it brings the gift of emotional discipline. So you have a lot of passion. I think that's been dampened by whatever this is over here. And I think you already know what that is. They're asking you to tap into your passion here. And it has to do with communication, I believe. Something around communication. Follow your instincts and your intuition. Just as same message, follow your intuition, your passion. Take a stand for yourself, being acknowledged, feeling ostracized by family and friends. So yeah, strong feminine energy, right? Yeah, I think feeling ostracized is standing out to me. So if you feel ostracized in some way, let me know if that resonates. And to end your reading, I picked one limiting belief card, and what came up is, what if it isn't true? It says, the thing you are telling yourself right now, the concrete reasons why you think you don't belong, you can't do it, you won't get there, you're not enough, or it's not for you. What if it wasn't true? Today's soul action. It's time for a soul chat. Exactly what we just said. It's time to get connected with your higher self. Close your eyes, put your hands on your heart, and ask the wise one within you, what if it isn't true? What else might be possible? Journal your answer. What lie do I need to let go of to reach my soul's truth? Oh gosh, please comment below. I would love to hear how this resonated with you, because this is another really strong message for the light workers. Wow. All right, pile number 2. Thank you for being here. We'll see you on the other side on the next one. Thank you. Hey, pile number 3s, my selenites. Past pile number 1 and pile number 2 were really deep and profound readings. So let's see what happens with you. I did not pre-look at these cards. I pre-shuffled and pre-chose them. But it's just as much a surprise to me as it is to you. My intention for these archetype cards was that we would be tapping into their shadow side message to see what's holding you back on your path, your mission, your journey, okay? And the first 2 readings were really deep, so let's see what happens here. And another note I want to mention that in the first 2 readings, these cards ended up being not you, but somebody else or some other situation. So we'll see if that shows up for you as well. Because this could be what's holding you back, but it may not be you. It may be another person or another situation. So for child, I've got to get these so you can see them. Child wounded. Shadow attributes. Blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds. Resists moving on through forgiveness. We just had a message around forgiveness for pile number 2, so if you feel the need, you can always check out pile number 2. So, staying in victim mode here, this could be you, maybe this is you, this may not be following the same template as those first 2. The other shadow attribute is that you're a seeker. Now this could be, let's just read, Rose. I'm jumping ahead, trying to jump ahead of myself. Inability to commit to a path once found. So childhood wounding is at play here, and a resistance to forgiving who needs to be forgiven is showing up big time. And I think this victim mentality, maybe this non-forgiveness, it's resistance. It's resistance to your spiritual path, because this reading is for spiritual light workers, right? It's for people on a spiritual journey headed towards their mission, towards their purpose in life. But I think whatever happened to you as a child here, the wounding has been so severe that it is blocking your path. And that's what this reading is about. What is blocking you from your path? Couldn't be any clearer, right? Some childhood wounding. So let's find out more about this childhood wounding. I am not happy with how this is looking. So let's pull this in. So next I want to go with the Colette Reid cards. She gives us further information. Oh man. So you got orphaned. Very much the feeling of the kind of like the Five of Pentacles feel of feeling lost, depleted, left behind. Just what like orphan sounds like, right? No one there to guide you, support you, help you. Maybe this is how you feel about this childhood wounding, or whoever perpetrated the childhood wounding. Now that could be, right? That could be family members. It could be parents. It could be people, family, friends that may have wounded you in some way. It could be a teacher, could be a group leader, could be whatever childhood wounding showed up for you as a kid has made you feel left alone and completely despondent. But there's a message here of a need for healing this victim mentality. Because if you spend your whole life here in victim mode, you'll never move into the seeker, you're thirsting for wisdom and truth wherever they are. That's what you really want. But this wounding is holding you back and keeping you stuck here in this victim mode. Fives are about change, right? So it's time for a change is the message. It's time to start looking at. You know what? Let me give you a little story. One of the most profound things that changed my life and actually put me on my spiritual path was I went to see a spiritual guide. I didn't know her from Adam, but a really trusted friend and yoga teacher recommended, because she saw I was struggling, and she said, why don't you go see her? And I did. And she was an energy reader, and she connected with spirit, and she channeled, and close to the end of that, it was a very tough reading for me, what she did. She was really hard on me, but it needed to be. Because otherwise she knew, she was being told from her guides and my guides that I wouldn't listen unless she was harsh with me. And I can cry still today thinking about when she said to me, you are wallowing in victim mode. And she says, you must put an end to that. You are playing the victim. You need to become accountable for your part in this. Now, that being said, if you were a child that was wounded by some adult or someone older than you, that accountability message does not apply, right? When you are naive and you are a child and someone else is the adult, that's not the case. I'm just trying to illustrate what happened for me. So what I'm saying is, so let me back it up a little bit. I'm not trying to judge you in any way. I'm just saying that you may need to hear that you're spending too much time in victim mode. You may need to hear that you need to forgive. I had to forgive some people without really, I didn't go to them and say, I forgive you, but I had to forgive them in my heart so that I could move away, so that I can walk on from it and be free from it. Because that's what it is. You really want to get free. It's a freedom. Get unshackled here. Because when you do, you've got a new life waiting for you. And this breaks down to a 3 card. 9 and 3 is 12. That makes 3 in numerology. 3 is about working together with spirit, co-creating your new life, imagining the new life that you would like to have beyond this victimhood. Because you're a seeker. You're looking to gain wisdom here. You're looking to possibly. So once you start this healing work and you move through the healing, feel the pain, cry the tears, get educated about whatever it is that happened to you, then you become the wounded healer. You become the person who teaches others how to move out of this. And maybe that's not something you want to hear right now. Right now you just want to heal. Right now you're longing for this new life without feeling this pain. And it's available to you, but it's going to take some internal shadow work, right? So let's see what we got here. We've got the Tree of Life, number 58. That's a 13. That's that's 13. And so it breaks down to a 4. So creating a solid foundation. I do want to read from the book on these because they have wonderful messages and they're very short. So I'm not sitting here reading to you. So the invitation for the Tree of Life. So the Tree of Life is a sacred symbol, right? It's got deep roots that reach into the lower world. So deep into Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, however you see it, while the branches reach into the heavens, right? As above, so below. To find health and balance in your life, reflect on how you dance with your actions, your thoughts, and your feelings. If you are too much in your thinking head or in a world of fantasies and daydreaming, connect more with your roots and physical body. Oh, your limiting belief card is already connecting to that. Wow, interesting. If you are caught in mechanical doing, I got lost. If you are caught in mechanical doing and you are feeling stuck, not able to imagine a better life for yourself. Oh yeah. So you're having a hard time imagining this life because you're feeling this orphan. I mean, look at the difference in the colors. Like the gray orphaned and the bright new life card, right? This Tree of Life card is really speaking to these 2 cards. I'm going to put them over here because it's really talking about this. Open yourself to being inspired by the heavens. Let your roots and branches be aligned with your heart's longings. I just said, right? You are longing for this new life, this life of a seeker, this light worker. There's something deep, some deep, powerful gift within you that wants to come to the surface, but you're feeling so stuck here. I want you to reach out to Spirit, however it is you do it, prayer, meditation, walking in nature, whatever works for you, right? So let's look at our Archangel Metatron card. We've got the number 2. It's review and reflection, timeout needed. So there's a need for this internal shadow work. There's a need, see, we just talked about, I just said this, it's just confirming what I just said. There's a need to sit quietly, alone, in stillness. Feel your breath moving through you and know that is Spirit working through you as you breathe. I could almost make me cry. Your breath is your life force. Your breath is Spirit moving through you. Without your spirit, without your breath, we're dead, right? We're no longer living. So there's a need to connect with your breath. There's a need to sit with Spirit. Look deeply inside of you and get clarity. Look at how big that moon is. They want you to get clarity on whatever this childhood wounding was or is. Very profound. I feel your sadness. I really feel it. It's overwhelming me right now. Okay, whew. Take a moment. So I pulled a chakra card for each pile, and you've gotten Destiny. I also want to look at the book on this one because there's always some little nugget that I've forgotten about. So Destiny, right? We all kind of have a neutral or general understanding of destiny. So this one is called, it says Destiny, black and white. Notice there's 2 figures on there. One is black and one is white. Black is the shade that demands to be taken seriously as it absorbs all other colors. Black emits the warm, powerful energy of the protector. Unlike black, white is isolated together. White is isolated, period. Together they balance and create. You will be guided by your angels to what is best for you and all concerned. So again, the message of going within to connect with Spirit. This is a call out to yin and yang. Balancing yourself out spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. You may want to do some yin yoga, Y-I-N yoga, or some restorative yoga. It's all about balancing out the nervous system. There's also something called yoga nidra, or you might want to take a trauma-related yoga class with somebody who's certified in trauma. So it seems to me you've been traumatized. So if you want more information about that, please comment below. I'd be happy to help you find something, okay? How does my body want to move today? It was your limiting belief card that came out. When we move, we change our state and raise our vibration. This new elevated state becomes a channel for more energy. Are you moving your body daily? Are you passionate about it? Is it time to try something new? How does your body want to move today? Listen and joyfully do. So you may have been feeling really stagnated lately or lethargic. Even just a gentle walk around the block. Start somewhere, baby steps. You're definitely being encouraged by Spirit here to go deep within and start the healing work. I feel like I want another card for you. I'm just being kind of nudged to, and you would be the first pile to get an extra card. So there's something that's wanting to come out. So let me see what happens. I'm going to use the Archangel Metatron. This is the Archangel Metatron deck. Something else is wanting to be said here. I feel, I don't know if you're feeling this right now or not, but I'm feeling like a very odd feeling right at my heart center. It almost feels like someone is clutching my heart center with their fists. I don't know, like almost like a stone in my heart, or a rock in my heart, or a block in my heart. feels really like, whew, I can't quite move beyond it. Let's see what we got here for you. Connection and attunement. They're asking you to work with your sacral chakra again. That's a 6 card. Finding the balance. Again, I think this is about getting healthy, reconnecting with your emotions, your creativity. So if you have some type of creative activity that you have maybe put aside, maybe you're depressed and you just haven't wanted to do it, maybe picking that back up again could be helpful, or picking up a new hobby. They're wanting action here. They're wanting you to do something that's meditative. So you might have a hard time meditating. So something meditative, but something that's meditative, but also taking action around your creativity. Something like knitting, sewing, something that's repetitive. Yeah, and walking is like that. Taking a long walk alone through the woods or something can be very, very meditative. You just have one foot in front of the other. Let the thoughts flow through you. Let the tears fall. Let the epiphanies show up as you walk. You can even be walking in moonlight, right? Walking on the beach in the moonlight. So awesome, right? All right, let's see. I think there's one more that wants to come out. Oops, maybe 2 more. 2 more. So you are being held, as we've already talked about. It's a number 9 card. And you got the 55 card, which is 10. So you got a 9 and a 10. You're ending. You are held by spirit. You're creating a new foundational life for yourself where you are feeling safe and secure. So you need some lower chakra work because you got red and orange. So grounding activities like walking barefoot in the grass, gardening, even cleaning your home with attention, with focus. And I know that doesn't sound like fun, but grounding is doing things that make you feel of the earth. Maybe it's climbing a tree. Maybe it's swimming in the ocean. Maybe it's walking along a stream or walking up a mountain. Whatever makes you feel most in touch with nature. This is a shaman on here. Whatever makes you feel most in touch with nature, with the elements, right? Earth, air, fire, water. Maybe you like to go camping, backpacking. So there's a need here to get grounded, but this is also indicating you are walking towards this new life. It's just going to take a little bit of healing. It's going to take some healing. I say a little bit of healing, but healing can be challenging, and it can be a lifetime of that. But with each little baby step forward, yeah. Look at these cards. It's moon, sun, yin, yang. Yin, yang. They're asking you to balance it all out by nurturing yourself and getting grounded. You might want to do some Reiki healing if you're open to it. You can do some chakra meditations. There are tons of them on YouTube. If you need more information about that, please feel free to comment below, and I can guide you to some meditations. I will eventually be doing my own and putting them on the channel. So if you want one, let me know and I'll do it for you, okay? Any questions or comments, leave them below. You will be entered to win a free reading with me. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time, pile 3. Okay, pile number 4 is my smoky quartz people. Yeah. So the first 3 readings, my friends, were very profound. They went very deep. And I didn't pre-look at these cards. I pre-shuffled and pre-chose them, but I didn't look at them. So you're seeing them for the first time, just like I am. I'm starting with the Carolyn Mace archetype cards because my intention with these 2 cards is to look at the shadow. The shadow is going to show us where you are feeling blocked, okay? Let's see what we got here. We got the Samaritan and the Student. So in the Samaritan, exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer. So doing things to get something in return. The student is arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. Interesting. Destructive knowledge. Wow. So in the first two piles, these two cards turned out to be another person or another situation. That wasn't the case for pile number 3. So let's see what it is for pile number 4. Is this you or is this somebody else? Exacting appreciation, recognition for the help you offer. There are 2 people here. So this for me feels like what I'm getting is like there's this, even though you know, it's trying to come through. Give me a moment. Instead of taking action to move forward on your spiritual path, there are a lot of excuses being made. Don't shoot the messenger here. And there may be more than one message here, so let me get through this one and see what else comes out. So I think there's some self-worth issues here. Because you want to be validated and recognized. I mean, I'm saying you lightly. This could be another person or another situation. So if this seems like somebody else and not you, if it's somebody else's energy, comment below and let me know, okay? So when you're trying to be validated by being appreciated and recognized for I'm a do-gooder, right? I'm a do-gooder and a complainer, but I don't do anything to help myself. Even though I have the wisdom to change, I don't change. I need to be validated by others because I don't have, my self-esteem isn't so great. So some self-worth is showing up here, self-worth issues. I think that's okay, it's self-worth. And that's not uncommon, right? As a light worker, self-worth is a huge lesson. We don't, I can use myself as an example. Self-worth was huge block for me moving on to my spiritual path, and still I have bouts of self-esteem issues showing up, and I think it's lifelong, right? Once we learn one lesson and move forward, that lesson might show up again, right? Especially if we're feeling a little unconfident or our self-esteem is being attacked in some way. So I believe this is around your self-worth, and I believe there's like an unwillingness to act, even even knowing what you need to do. There's no action. So let's get some more information here. Let's see if we can get some more clarity around what this is. I'm trying to understand if this is you or somebody else. I'm feeling like it's the viewer. And I hope this doesn't seem too harsh, but sometimes wake-up calls can feel harsh. So you got the Here and Now card. It's a 5 in numerology. 5s are about change. In the reverse, this is about getting present. There's a need for you to be present right now. And Happy, number 26 is an 8 card. That's about wish fulfillment. Let me pull the book on the Happy in reverse. I want to. There might be a nugget there that I'm forgetting about. Sometimes there's a nugget that I can't quite recall. If I could remember every single word from these books, I'd be so happy. All right. Protection message for you is lighten up, because this is the time to be ridiculous and silly. See the world through the eyes of a clown, and don't take yourself or any situation right now too seriously. Have fun, be playful, make laughter an order of the day. You would be surprised just You will be surprised by how everything just seems to fall into place when humor leads the way. Being happy and lighthearted is a wonderful icebreaker. Life is meant for play as well as work, for laughter as well as tears, for celebration as well as focus. Spirit wants to sparkle through you today. Smile and enjoy each breath and each moment. So the message is getting present. So that things may have been, so what's keeping you stuck here is the self-worth issues, whatever they might be for you. And so, like we were talking about, self-worth can show up in a lot of different ways. And, you know, those feelings of unworthiness. You don't feel worthy of love. You don't feel worthy of abundance. You don't feel worthy of miracles. You don't feel worthy of happiness. You don't feel worthy of the reciprocal relationship. It goes on, the list. The truth is, we're all worthy of everything. We're all worthy of all the abundance that's on offer. It's just we grow up and there's a brainwashing going on and it's prevalent, right? So many people their self-worth sometimes turns into other things, turns into the negative side of things. So they're asking you to get present and clear on your self-worth issues. And there's a need so if this has been really heavy for you lately, there's a need for enjoyment of some kind. And I know that can be difficult when you're feeling this way. So the rainbow is showing up here for you. The Shaman Oracle deck. Love that card. It's a parakeet of some kind. I'm going to pull the book on this one as well. Again, it's not going to be long. 41 card, 5 card of change. So that's the second 5 you've gotten here. I'm going to put it right there underneath. Don't get caught in pursuit of the illusion of the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Find the treasure now, repeating the same message. Get present. Find the gold now. There is a need to get present and enjoy the journey in the moment by coming into right relationship with those around you. All your gifts are at hand, so obvious you may have missed them. Be true with your intentions and do not be led astray by daydreams. If you are not living, so love this card for this reason, because it says past, future, you are here. Instead of there's a need to not live in the past, or not to live and dwell in the regrets, the sadness, whatever is in the past. There's a need to move back into the present moment, and there's a need to not be worrying anxiously about the future. Being in the present is the only place where we're actually living, right? It's the only place where we're here. What is that book? What's that famous book? You are here now. What is it? Be here now, or something like that. Be here now. Yeah, I think that's it. I can't remember the author anymore. This is my 4th reading, so I'm like punchy at this point. You got 2 rainbows showing up. So now you've got priorities, building blocks for life. This is 7 cards. This is a card of spirit. So there's change in spirit so connecting with spirit, creating a solid foundation for yourself. You may need some root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus. Definitely solar plexus chakra, because that's around self-identity and self-empowerment. So all these lower chakras are needing some grounding work, some seated meditations, some yoga possibly, some yin yoga, some meditations around chakra healing, and a need to look at your priorities in life. What are your priorities? And getting into the present moment so that you can figure out what those priorities are. What is truth? So when you talk about the root chakra, self-worth, self-worth is really showing up. Because you really are a good person at heart, but there's some things that have happened to you possibly in the realm of self-worth. So we developed those self-worth issues as a child, and that's why this root chakra, this red, orange, and yellow are showing up big for me. Red, orange, and yellow in the rainbow card. And the yellow of the solar plexus for sure is big time self-worth stuff. So if you have any like digestive issues or stomach problems showing up, that could be a sign that you do need to kind of work with some balancing, healing chakras meditations for the solar plexus, sacral, and root chakra. If you need more information about that, please feel free to comment below. I'd be happy to help you. I teach yoga, I teach meditation, and if you need information about what that would look like for you, just let me know. And abundance. This is, and we were just, so this is confirming what I was just saying about your solar plexus, because yellow, the golden yellow, is about your solar plexus. And this is using excuses around abundance. So there may be some issues around self-worth and earning money, or issues like I'm not worthy of abundance. I'm not worthy of abundance. And using, I don't have enough money to start that new business because I don't have enough money. That kind of stuff. Using just excuse. That's just an example. That's just an example. I'm not saying that's what you're doing. But there's a self-worth issue around abundance for you. That's what this is telling me. So there may be some getting present means getting clarity too. It means getting aware. Awareness is key for you right now. Awareness of what these self-worth issues are and why they're affecting your abundance. You may have a what is the word? A limiting belief around money. Money is inherently evil or corrupt in some way, when the money really isn't evil, corrupted. It's the people who use money to fulfill their own agendas that is corrupt and evil, right? So if you believe money is not available to you because there's not enough, or you're not good enough to make that kind of money, those are limiting beliefs. Those limiting beliefs are fears. So if you want more info on limiting beliefs, I also teach a course on that, so let me know and I'll give you some more information. So I pulled one limiting belief card for you, and it came up, when was the last time I danced freely? So there's a message here around needing to enjoy life in some way, to get some joy in your life, because it sounds like you haven't been enjoying life, and they're asking you to dance. And if it's not dancing, it's something else. So let's read this. They want you to find your happiness here. Because it will shift you into a beautiful state. Because it will get you out of, it says dance, I'm sorry, dance. Because it will shift you into a beautiful state. Because it will get you out of your head and into your body and heart. Because fear, limiting beliefs, you can put limiting beliefs in place of fear, lives in the head along with the anxiety, control, guilt, frustration, and impatience. In just a few minutes of dancing, you will make the shift. You will feel a charge of joy and confidence take over, and you will feel a soul reminder to live and lead from your heart. Dancing is a tool to ground us. Okay, notice this is repeating what I said about getting grounded. Okay, there is a need for you to get grounded. Take a walk in the grass, take a walk on the beach, take a walk in the woods, barefoot if you can. Sit in grounding meditations, really connecting to Mother Earth. And I think which other pile had this connection? I think maybe pile number 3 also talked a lot about getting grounded. So you may want to look at pile number 3 as well. So dancing is a tool to get grounded, or dancing is a tool to ground us in the now. Again, this card is summing up the whole reading. It's like touching on every single issue to ground us in the now, the here and now. So you're all up in your head. You might be an air sign. Okay? Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. It triggers happiness, and it is the gateway to freedom, to become free. Dance. In dance, you can replace that with move in some way that makes you feel free. Could it be a bike ride? Could it be swimming in the ocean? Could it be paddleboarding on your lake? You know, you get the idea. It says dance for 3 minutes, or dance, because I love to dance. I do this all the time. And actually, after this reading, I may just do this. I'm going to turn on some music and dance around my living room. Dance for 3 minutes to your favorite song. Notice the inward fire grow within you and the feeling you feel being you. You are a wild, loving force. Express it with dance today. This whole message is to say that you have a lot of passion, you have a lot to give, a lot to offer. Some self-worth and limiting beliefs are holding you back. You may have been feeling really stagnant and stuck lately. Some movement is needed, and I'm going to get some additional cards for you. I did for pile 3 and for you pile 4. Pile 1 and 2 didn't need anything additional, but I feel like we need something more for our pile number 4 here. Some other message wants to come out. This is from my Archangel Metatron deck. So if you have an affinity for Archangel Metatron, he's the gatekeeper. For the other archangels, he's from what I understand, the only archangel that, what is that called? Incarnated on Earth. So he knows what it's like to be human, apparently. Another 5, do we have a 10 card? No, that's another deck, that's another pile. So you got the 28 card Karma. Untying the knots of karma here. That's 10 cards are about starting a new beginning. So you may be dealing with some karmic lessons that are showing up in your self-worth issues. Tying the knots. You know what? I gotta open this up. I gotta open this book up because again, there's going to be a nugget here that I want to share with you. Hold on. Let me find that nugget. Drawing this card implies that what you inquire about is linked into a karmic energy, which may be why things are particularly challenging right now. Move this up. We are at all times now where karma is being worked through faster than before. Also, some karmic contracts are ending, hence the number 10, but need to be finished with good grace. Each aspect of karma needs to be respected and worked through till its end, and God alone decides when it is done. You're reminded that everything in life has a consequence. The good deeds you do are returned to you tenfold, if done with a loving heart. And likewise, any action that causes pain or detriment to another also comes back to you, this time as a debt to be repaid. So there's maybe some karmic contract playing out here. I'm just reading to see if there's anything else that relates to what we're talking about. Are you the one repaying some karmic debt, or is somebody else repaying you? Or are you the one receiving karmic blessings? It seems to me you're due for some karmic lessons, some karmic loving gifts. And you may have limiting beliefs about receiving some karmic gifts. Part of the gift is learning to what is the word I'm looking for? To get rid of these limiting beliefs, to start working through them. So this could be past life. These self-worth issues could be past life related. Things that are repeating each lifetime until you learn the lessons. And it's going to take you getting present. It's going to take you getting grounded and finding some joy in life. And I know that's not easy to do. But it takes some movement. It takes some presence. Again, you might want to watch pile number 3. There is no escaping ourselves, what we have done, who we have been, and how we are now. All aspects play a part in helping us to learn to grow in the understanding toward members of our soul group and ourselves. Yeah. So yeah, maybe a little bit of karmic going on here for you. And you get pink, self-love and nurture, number 8 card. Yeah, you've gotten 2 8s. It's asking you to nurture yourself. You are a pearl. You are a pearl. You are a little disconnected from spirit here. You see how you're this is you, but you feel blurry and obliterated. You don't even see, you don't even realize that you're the pearl with the oyster shell. That's self-worth. Oh, I'm sorry that you feel that way, pile number 4. I feel like I want one more card, please. We need something that's going to give her... We need to give pile number 4 some guidance, please. Some guidance. Ooh, that one really just flew right out. Okay. The Council, number 11. All right. I love a number 11 card, man. 11 is a master number. Are you seeing 11 11s and not understanding why? Maybe you're on the beginning of your journey. The invitation for the Council. This is a beautiful card. Look at this. Very much in tune with spirit. The Council is spirit. The Council has a message for you. Listen with your inner senses. The handwriting is already on the wall, so look about you and you will discern its meaning. Do not wait for further signs. Embark on the journey to love deeply, forgive sincerely, and dare greatly. Take the leap without requiring life to assure you of success. All right. So this is tying into the karma card. Because it says a life review is when we place our good and our bad deeds on a divine scale and attempt to explain why we did not love or forgive or dare as greatly as we might have. Know that your wisdom is available to you at all times when you live in a state of yes or in the present. It's saying there's something for you to be, this is about your spiritual path. There's a spiritual path for you to start embarking onto. And the spiritual council is here to tell you, to kind of encourage you to start the healing work, to really become aware of what is holding you back as far as self-worth. So in pile number 4, that's all I got for you. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comment section below. I will respond, and if you want any information around any things I talked about today, meditation, Reiki healing, any of that, please just let me know. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, pile number 4.